How's it going? I'm Jared Gillis. Welcome to another All About RVs, where we love to share with you guys tips and tricks and things about RVing so that you can enjoy the RVing process even more. And so today I thought we would do a quick tour of a fifth wheel. We were down checking out some fifth wheels and I was really impressed with the DRV mobile suite line of fifth wheels. A lot of quality goes into them, a lot of bells and whistles. They are very large, very heavy units, but they're very, from what I saw, I loved seeing the quality that went into them. They were a lot of fun to look at. So this one that we were going to look at was the MS Houston. The thing is an absolute beast. It is massive. It's over 44 feet long. It has a wide body, a 101-inch wide body, and slides popping out of this thing in every way. It's extremely heavy at 24,000 pounds. So if you're doing something like this, you're obviously going to have a very beefy truck to be able to move it around. But let's get into it because it was something to actually admire. The workmanship, the quality, and maybe it doesn't fit our family or our budget now, but it was definitely a lot of fun to check out. Starting off, you can see that this really lives up to a mobile suite. It's not set up for how many people can you pack into this. It's set up for 2 to 4 people. So you could have 2 people obviously in the bedroom, and then the couch pulls out for an additional couple of people if you wanted to. But it's really set up as a mobile suite. And you can tell a difference in here just coming inside, because as we look at the windows, they're all dual pane. So you have the efficiency of those, and then the insulation in this thing for the roof has an R25, the floor has an R29, and the walls have an R16. The point of those R values is trying to make you very comfortable inside. And the space in here is very comfortable. It's actually extremely spacious for the living area. In the back of the fifth wheel is where we have the couch and the seating area and a couple of recliners that face the entertainment area. So with that entertainment area, you have the TV, a sound bar, and the fireplace underneath. This is where we start to see some of those details. So we have real wood cabinets and we have some nice hardware in them. And talking about the wood for the cabinets, we also have wood that goes around the windows. So valances are wood, and then the wood trim around the dual pane windows. Now there's a decent amount of windows in here, but there's just not a massive amount of them. But you still have good light in here. So the windows do bring in that natural light, but then there's these LED lights, and they put a plethora of them. There's a lot of LED lights in here, and some of them are on dimmer switches for those times where you don't want super bright light in here and you want to be able to dim it. They do have LEDs on dimmer switches, which is kind of nice to pick your lighting. But moving down this massive slide areas, we do have a desk area. It's a proper desk set up really well. And then next to that, we have the dinette. The dinette's set up for 2 people, but it does have a leaf system, so you could sit 4 at the table comfortably. We do have to pause a minute and look at this kitchen area because it's set up like a residential kitchen would feel like to me. It's got all the components. As you can see in the kitchen, the countertops are a solid surface. I do like the fixture that they use for the kitchen sink. It's a great looking fixture. It has the oven, the microwave, the cooktop, has a dishwasher, and a residential fridge. Now this residential fridge, this RV already comes set up with an inverter, so when you're off grid, you already have a way to power your residential refrigerator. It's a great setup in there. The island doesn't feel like it's chopping away a lot of the main living area. It sits in there really comfortably and fits the space well. But in this door, we have like a half bath. So we have our toilet and we have a sink in there. And then this is where the washer and dryer goes for this unit. Here's something to take a look at that's different than your typical RV is the thickness of this wall. You can see it here at the door jamb. It's a 3¼ inch thick wall. That's how they're getting those really high insulation numbers. And the framing is 16 inch on center. So it's pretty stout, and that's lagged down into the frame. But we'll talk about some of that later. But it is a really thick wall. That brings us into the master bedroom area, which is set up like a typical bedroom. The bed is on a slide, but then we have the bathroom, and then we have a cedar closet on the very front of the fifth wheel. Again, everything is set up kind of for full-time living. It doesn't void the warranty like a lot of RV manufacturers to be able to live in this full-time. So they designed it for that purpose. Look at these doors on this closet. Pretty slick. It's almost like a California closet in there. Okay, I might feel like Gandalf in a hobbit hole in the closet, but it's a closet. It's like a walk-in closet, for goodness sakes, in an RV. Okay, that's enough of the inside. Luxury vinyl planks, solid surfaces. You get it. There's a lot of things set up in here to be able to live up to that mobile suite name. But there's a handful of really interesting things that I found outside. Now for starters, down here we can see that each axle, actually each wheel, has its own independent suspension. So it can handle a decent amount of terrain. And we can see the frame down here is 3 tubes welded up to a 15-inch frame. So it's going to be stout and beefy to begin with. This here is called the Level Up. It's part of the auto leveling system that you would expect on something like this, but they put this on a 5-degree angle. It's not bent. They do that on purpose. It's supposed to give you more stability when you're inside the RV. And I can't say walking around in there, it doesn't shake like a lot of the RVs when they're set up and you put the stabilizers down. It does feel very stable. So I think that's a fantastic idea, and it's working. Oh, another thing that I noticed here is there's disc brakes on each wheel and easy lube hubs, but those disc brakes, I imagine, give it some great stopping power. So why would you expect anything less on something like this? Here's the main storage. I bet we'll find quite a few of the inner workings in here. Here's that inverter that I was telling you about, and you can actually see the angle of the Level Up system there. But on this side, we have a door that goes to the heating system. We can see our transfer switch. Let's see what's on the other side. Okay, this is where we have the entire plumbing manifold. This thing is like a work of art. You have everything hot and cold coming off of here, and everything's labeled for what it is. Lavatory, washer, shower. Pretty impressive that they have this whole system set up. I imagine it gives you very consistent water pressure throughout the entire RV. So, and then right here we have a water filter for the entire RV. So nice that they give you this compartment. It's a huge storage area, but then they give you access to the inner workings of the RV pretty easy with just the slide of a door. So kind of a Class A style of system, but works well. I like being able to have the access to stuff like that. The last thing to note for the outside is it does have a fiberglass roof on this specific one. So there is a lot that goes into why this is called a mobile suite. I think it's pretty easy to see why, but this is the DRV Mobile Suite Houston. It is just absolutely massive. A ton of fun to go through and to tour. Thank you to Robert Christ and company for allowing us to come down to their facility and tour this RV and be able to film it. They didn't sponsor this. I did call beforehand so that I could come down and film. So thank you so much to them for allowing me to do this. So I think that's gonna do it for today. That's gonna be a wrap. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you wanna see more videos about RVing, hit that subscribe button. And if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will see you next video.